everyone, this is Dr. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. Today, I want to talk to you about OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. Let's start with the misuse of OCD. Here are some examples. Oh, I'm so neat and clean, my OCD is just so much. When my kids mix their Play-Doh, I get so OCD. Oh, I'm so OCD during the holidays, Obsessive Christmas disorder. You see, the use of OCD in these ways are very hurtful and insensitive because OCD is a debilitating brain disorder. And the truth is, OCD is not an adjective. Everybody is not a little bit OCD. People don't cause their OCD. It's not a character flaw, and it's nothing a parent have done to cause a person to suffer from OCD. So I want to explain a little bit about what obsessive compulsive disorder is. As I said, it's a brain disorder. And we know by research now that there is some biology that the person suffering from OCD, their brain communicates differently, meaning it miscommunicates and it misfires in the sight of a threat or a danger. We know from brain images that a person suffering from OCD, different parts of their brain is more active than somebody who is not. We also know that there are some learning involved in causing in the progression of OCD. Specifically, there's a theory of learning called operant conditioning, and in that theory, we believe that certain behaviors increases in frequency based on the reward versus punishment, meaning that if we do something and it is rewarding, we're more likely to do it. The easiest example I can give you is that when you have a headache, you take ibuprofen, a Tylenol, and that tends to reduce the headache. It makes it go away. So what do next time you have a headache? You take Tylenol, ibuprofen again. So this idea that behaviors increases based on their reward versus punishment system does help to explain some of the rituals that people tend to pick up. However, we do know that the biology and the learning component does not dictate how a person's OCD may form. There are a lot of different subtypes of OCD, and I have other episodes on this that I highly recommend for you to check it out. But I also wanted to take time to talk about treatment for OCD. For anyone out there suffering from OCD or have a loved one suffering from OCD, please make sure that you seek out therapy that utilizes exposure and response prevention, ERP. It is the golden standard treatment for OCD. And what it does is that we know with OCD, we cannot always control the incoming thoughts. We are not always in charge of those thoughts. They are bizarre, unwanted, and intrusive thoughts. But what we can do is control how we respond to them. We can learn to tolerate those thoughts and the anxiety they bring without doing the rituals that we might pick up on. I also wanted to explain that sometimes a person's compulsions may be mental. So there are behavioral responses that we typically see in the movies, the hand washing, the knocking or opening and checking the door and shutting the doors. But a person suffering from OCD can also have a lot of mental compulsions that they are doing it in their head that nobody can tell, which can be counting, mentally checking, mentally reviewing, prayers. Those are some of the examples. I also want to explain that ERP is like a mental gym. Think about the physical gym, the actual gym that you go to. I always notice how during this gym time, we are doing some cardio, we're doing some push-ups, and we're doing some weights, and we're pushing our body to its limit. Technically, nobody walks around their day pushing 250 pounds of weight, but when we go to the gym, that sounds like a normal thing to do because we're there to strengthen our body. So ERP is similar to that. It is a gym for your mental muscles, and it's for your mental strength. So during these ERP exercises, you will be exposing yourself to your intrusive thoughts in magnified levels. So you might be writing script or looking through pictures or articles or do something that is pushing your intrusive thoughts, pushing your obsession to its limit. Yes, creating a lot more anxiety that you may like or want, but in the long run, what it really does is that it boosts your bravery muscles and resilience and strength to cope with OCD and live your life to its truest potential. So I hope this conversation was helpful in understanding what OCD is and what ERP is helpful. But if I can ask you to take one thing away, please remember OCD is not an adjective, and let's be more mindful and supportive by not using it incorrectly. If you have any other questions, any comments about OCD, please make sure to share with me in the comments below. If you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe to my channel. You'll be notified of my latest episode. And I would love to connect with you on Facebook or Instagram. So I'll see you in the next episode.